All right, here's the fourth round, and we all know what happens in this round. Let's see if we can figure out why. Okay. So the round starts out like all the others, a little hand control from both fighters. Um, and Golovkin times him right there, hits him with a body shot. I think that one misses right there. Good hook, creates space. He's right. Oh, Dan Jacobs right where he always wants to be, but Golovkin catches him with a jab. Another jab. Golovkin fighting off of Jacobs' jab, throws a right hand. Golovkin, and Jacobs tries to control him after. And look at how he's right-handed right now. And now he switches to southpaw. Boom, and just gets rocked. Okay, let's see if we can figure out why exactly that happens. Well, I'm going to show you. I figured it out. So he times the jab, and look at how his jab is on the outside of Jacobs, right? That's going to allow him to get better foot position and be in better position to land a punch. But he blinds him, and now look at Golovkin's feet, okay? He hops forward right there, and he's so much closer than Danny remembers just a second ago. Throws that right hand. He has no idea that Golovkin's close enough. Golovkin bends at the waist, gets all the range, all the power into it. Boom. And he lands the right hand. Simple. And now watch Golovkin's right leg. He picks it up, takes a little step, shifts in, hits him again, and drops him. Now, the interesting thing is, in round two, I talked about how he would traverse this area of the ring, and how being right-handed right here and moving to Golovkin's right would stop him from Golovkin being able to set up offense on him. But in this round, he does it the exact opposite, the exact way he should not be doing it, and that's exactly what puts him into position to be hit by the right hand. Had he just continued going off right-handed, he'd have been able to roll, but he has no recourse with his footwork here because Danny Jacobs doesn't have any footwork. Whereas Golovkin shows you right there the hop step off the jab, then a shift right here, and he's just all over Danny Jacobs anytime he wants to be, and Danny Jacobs lets him be exactly where he wants to be and scores a knockdown. So moving on, I think the fight gets really interesting here too. For about the next minute, you're going to see Golovkin's usual game plan unfold. Jacob stops jabbing with him and allows him to kind of like be within punching range of him. And Golovkin doesn't even have to sell out to get in, you know. Some great jabs, just completely backing him up, getting him all the way to the ropes. And as soon as he gets him there, just starts unloading some offense. Dan Jacobs baiting again. I think that right hand lands, but it doesn't matter. That jab definitely lands. Great body shot. Now look at that. Look how stupid that is. Come on. Great body shot. It's perfect. And the referee is telling him to keep the punches up. What even is that? Another great jab. Nothing there. Touching his arm for control. Jab, jab. I think they both land a jab there, but it doesn't matter. Yep, same thing. Oh man, look at how beautiful that was. This is so amazing. So Dan Jacobs throws that jab right there, and he knows something's coming back, right? Let's go back. He knows something's coming back, especially because they just sat there and jabbed at each other 3 jabs in a row. But he's expecting the counter. Boom, dips down to avoid it. Smart boxing, responsible defense. It's how you should be after every punch you throw, or controlling your opponent. But anyway, Golovkin moves in, throws this uppercut, lands great, like not a huge punch, but it lands, and he pins Jacob's arm to his head right here and takes an angle with his right foot, and then boom, lands that left hook. If Danny Jacobs' head wasn't down, right, and he was able to, hit him on the front or hit him in the face, that would have been a huge punch, and it was just brilliantly set up by Golovkin. It was just such beautiful and smart boxing. However, one thing that he doesn't do well here is after he lands that, he doesn't have any defense, and that's very rare for Golovkin. Like, it's very rare. Usually he'll have some head movement or his arm will be up, But Danny Jacobs is able to just swing that punch. Had he stepped forward, he might have landed it, and that could have been a huge punch. But anyway, moving on. And I notice, like, Danny Jacobs is not really trying to control Golovkin, He's jabbing, he's committing to all his shots, but he's just throwing punches wildly. Like, how difficult is it to land punches on somebody when you don't set them up? And he's not able to do anything there. All right. Nothing land there. I think Jacobs got a jab in, but is that going to influence the scoring criteria of this round with the knockdown? That was flashy. Let's see. Did he land either of those punches? Blocked. Nope. Neither one of them. Oh, I think he gets him in the body right there. Yeah, kind of in the armpit. Times his jab really well. Good timing right there. Oh, and then he eats a great uppercut right there. Just right on the side. Perfectly placed. Boom. And now, good jab. Good jab again. Golovkin just pushing him back to the edge of the ropes. The edge of the ring with his jab. He's just dominating this round. That was a good jab from Jacobs, but Jacobs isn't setting any punches up. He isn't using any head movement. That was decent. But look at that. The difference between them when they're standing in front of each other, mounting their offense. We go back to that uppercut where he pinned Jacobs' hand to his head. Brilliant boxing. And then this one right here. Throws a jab. And then expects him just keep his high guard and bend down. Throws this uppercut. It doesn't land because Jacobs moved his head back. But where does he go after this? He pivots out, and now he's not in position for Danny Jacobs to return fire. And that's just never the case with Danny Jacobs' punches. He just doesn't know how to do that. Again, boom, great punch. Let's watch it again. I think they even both land a punch, right? And then big right hand. Oh, did Jacobs land something there? He might have landed something. Let's see. Yeah, oh, that was a good shot to the back of the neck. And then he punches him in the hip again, classic. But that was a good shot from Jacobs. And then he eats a jab. And the round is over. So I think they're going to take a look at the knockdown. I mean, they have to, right? Even though all the other highlights have been of Jacobs. So here we go. Okay, so gets his hand to the outside of Jacobs, hop step, right hand, shift, right hand, boom, and just puts him down. They're going to show it at another angle. I think it's a little more clear too. Here we go. So boom, jab. Now you see his hips shuffle forward right there. Right hand, and now you see his right leg move just a little bit, boom, and just puts him down. Super clean, super easy round to score. Look at his brother. Okay, I'm back to fight mode. Okay. All right. Easy 10-8 round for Golovkin. I've got him up 4 points now, so it's 40-36. Dan Jacobs has lost 3 rounds, 1 even, and then the knockdown puts him down to 36 points. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to move on to round 5 now. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.